Hello and a warm welcome to all our lovely friends. Welcome back to the Lily's Read. Are we ready for a new book review? Today we chose a storybook by Gianni Rodari titled Telling Stories Wrong. Are we ready? Let's start the book review. This story is about a grandfather and a granddaughter. The story opens with a grandfather who is telling his granddaughter a classic fairy tale. Once upon a time, there was a girl who was called Little Yellow Riding Hood. And right away, his granddaughter is quick to correct him. No, red. But however, it seems that he don't care. And he continues to tell the story. But as he goes, he just cannot seem to get a single story thing right. All the details are somehow mixed up. His granddaughter has to tell him that Little Red was not taking her grandmother a potato peel and that it was not a giraffe she met in the woods. Things start to get a little bit more crazier as further the story goes. At the end, the granddaughter had to break the news gently to her grandfather that you really don't know how to tell a story. But grandfather was very good as he takes his news really well. As we can see, look, here is the grandfather and the granddaughter. I really like their crazy hairdo. The illustrations are really nice and somehow different from the other storybooks. There are lots of polka dots. And here is the grandfather. I really like his mustache. The grandfather keeps mixing up the color of the Little Red Riding Hood. Here it is green. Then as it turns out, he make her all. Here is a really nice picture of the granddaughter all fed up with telling her grandfather that it's Red Riding Hood, Red Riding Hood, Red Riding Hood, that eventually she has everything red in her mind. The grandfather was saying that the Little Red Riding Hood met a giraffe. And she, no, you are all mixed up. It was not a giraffe, it was a wolf. Now the grandfather said that the wolf asked a mathematical question. How much is 6 times 8? And the granddaughter says, no, that's not what she asked, what the wolf asked. And so on. I really love this illustration over here. It shows all the different colors that the grandfather was making the Little Red Riding Hood into. Yellow, green, and then black eventually. This story originally appeared in author Gianni Rodari's larger collection of stories called Telephone Tales. In Italy, he was called the father of modern Italian children's literature. When you are taking an extract from a storybook and making it into a story of its own, it somehow doesn't retain the original form. But interestingly, in this book, thanks to the art and the illustrations, the ending feels as touching as it does in the story. In the story, the grandfather says that the wolf gives Little Red Riding Hood instructions on where to find a coin to buy herself some bubble gum. The granddaughter, who has by this point pretty much given up on getting a straight story from her grandpa, asks for a quarter for herself. It is freely given, and the grandfather goes back to reading the newspaper. On first, it seems like the grandfather just wanted to get his granddaughter out so he can have his quiet time. But when you look at the illustrations more carefully, you see that while he was giving her a dime, he gave her a hug also, which is very nice and sweet. In the end, the story is really nice and lovely to be shared with grandparents and grandchildren. Hope you like this review, and I encourage that you buy this book as a gift or at least have a read together with the grandchildren. It's really fun. Hope you like this review. See you again next time. Bye.
Thanks for watching. Drop a like, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye!